Will Kemba Walker be ready in time for the December 22nd start? That's the big question that we're talking about today. Mariah, Janos, and Bobby Manning here. Now, as mentioned, Kemba Walker out with a knee injury. He's been battling that for a while now. We heard Danny Ainge say today that he's hoping to see him start at the beginning of the season, but he might be out for the first part of the season. We don't really know. It's kind of up in the air. But he did say he wants to make sure that the Celtics have at least 3 more good years with Kemba. So they want to make sure that they're taking every precaution, doing everything right. Do you think that we'll see Kemba start in time for the December 22nd start?
I do, and it seemed like Danny did too, but Mariah, like this is the Danny Ainge experience with these pressures. We have to decrypt every little thing he throws out there. It's like he throws something out there and then he pulls it right back in. And what I heard in that sense was 2 words: maintenance, and the fact that it was going to be based on how things go this offseason. Now, he didn't get specifically into the things Kemba's doing to maintain his knee, which has obviously been a problem since March and into the NBA bubble where he had a missed time, and then Ainge later said he wasn't himself. But those 2 things seem to be something they're keeping an eye on. Now, there's not going to be surgery. They've said that for a while now, that this isn't an ailment with his knee that needs surgery. But is it going to need maybe nights off on back-to-backs to start the year? Is it going to need limited minutes in certain segments? I think what's encouraging is what the Celtics did in Orlando early in that regular season worked. He was pretty banged up. He was limited, and he still gave them, 20 points on many nights. So they have a good plan for him that they seem to be following. But like Ainge said, they have him for 3 years, and this is becoming a concern now. So it probably factors into what they're going to do this offseason. They might need a little bit of insurance when it comes to that primary playmaking position.
The Garden Report is brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code GARDEN20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code GARDEN20. Take the leap and join the Manscaped movement today. Now, back to Kemba. Say he isn't ready for the start of the season. What do you think the Celtics' backup plan should be?
This is a big reason I want to keep Gordon Hayward here. That guy is as ready as anybody to take on a primary playmaking role. When he's out there, you see things are glued together well, and he's probably the best passer on the team. He's probably a better passer than Kemba. So there's all this talk swirling around Hayward about whether they should trade him or maybe a walk. I think the best thing you can do is come to a long-term deal with him. And it's funny to think about because we always think of Hayward as the injury guy, but he could be that insurance for Kemba in many different ways. So that's a big reason I'm still holding out hope that they can come to terms with something with Hayward. Smart's always reliable in that role, so it's not like if Kemba has to miss a game, they're going to be screwed. So it probably is for the better that they have some of these guys in place that can give him a night off when he needs it. But what I do find interesting, Mariah, is that this season's coming faster than we could have imagined. Brad Stevens has already said that Romeo Langford's going to be out in the next season. That's before we knew they'd be going on Christmas. So I wonder if their timeline with Kemba is kind of changed now that the season's coming in a month. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, absolutely something to watch for. For all of our Celtics coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Celtics All Access.